What is more healthy for the world? Is it better to have a lot of big powers, or is it better to have one?
Well, it's better for the United States to have one.
Of course.
Because if
I'm talking about the rest of the world.
well,
About wars and stuff.
I think the greatest danger to mankind or to humankind is a great power war. And if you only have one great power, then you can't have a great power war because you only have one great power. I think you could make an argument that unipolarity is the best system if you're thinking about the overall welfare of the system. These things are hard to measure. I think that
unipolarity.
Unipolarity. Is that what I said?
Yes.
Yeah, unipolarity. I think that's the ideal. Ideal is too strong a word. I think that unipolarity.
So one balance each other, kind of.
No, unipolarity only have
one person, one country.
Second best is bipolarity. I think a bipolar system is quite stable because it's straightforward. There's not a lot of room for miscalculation. In a bipolar world, you're a great power, I'm a great power. We just look at each other. We know the world revolves around this axis, you versus me. You move into a multipolar world, like the one we're now in, you've got 1, 2, 3. And, before World War II ended, before 1945, you probably had about 5 or 6 great powers in the system. Go back and count them. We could go back and count them. But, you had the Germanys, the Japans, the France, the Britain, the Soviet Union, the United States.
So that's very dangerous war.
I think multipolarity is more dangerous than bipolarity because it's more complicated and it leaves more room for miscalculation. Whereas bipolarity...
For one person to overdo the one country to think that they are more powerful than the other, to make an alliance with the other and miscalculate. This is what you mean, miscalculation.
Yeah.
So moving into the world, you see we're going to enter multipolarity now with Russia and all this stuff. So we're moving into a danger kind of zone.
Oh, I think it's a very dangerous world. I mean, first of all,
so you are optimistic about the future, or you think we're going to be in wars and big conflict very soon? We are already, but do you think it will get worse?
I don't know for sure what will happen.
But you predict very well some wars, so we trust you.
Yeah, I think the potential for really big trouble is great. I mean, we were talking about East Asia before. And remember, there's Taiwan, there's the South China Sea, and there's the East China Sea. These are 3 flashpoints. In East Asia, there's also the Korean Peninsula, North versus South Korea. We haven't talked about that. That's a dangerous place. And then the Indians and the Chinese up in the Himalaya mountains, that's a dangerous place. And then in Europe, you have an ongoing war now. It's really quite remarkable. I never thought I'd see the day where the United States was so closely allied with another country that invaded another great power. During the Cold War, it was unthinkable that we would side with a country that invaded the Soviet Union. And what happened in the in the Ukraine war, is that Ukraine invaded Russia, the Kursk offensive in August of 2024. And we and the British supported it.
You reversed it. You said Ukraine invaded Russia.
Oh, yes, Ukraine invaded Russia. No, Ukraine invaded Russia, the Kursk offensive. An ally of the United States. We want to bring Ukraine into NATO. The Russians don't like it. They say Ukraine would be a threat to us, especially with American forces and British forces and NATO forces on our territory. We say no threat. People would say, are you arguing that NATO would invade Mother Russia? Ukraine, which is joined at the hip with the United States and Britain, Ukraine invaded Russia. It's our ally. Furthermore, Ukraine struck at one of the three legs of the strategic nuclear triad of Russia. Russia has, like the United States, a nuclear triad for its strategic nuclear weapons. It has its bombers, its land-based ICBMs, these are missiles in the ground, and three, its sea-launched ballistic missiles. These are missiles, nuclear missiles launched from the sea. Well, Ukraine attacked the bombers, the strategic nuclear bombers of Russia. Nobody would have dreamed of doing that in the Cold War, right? So I think the Ukraine-Russia war, which is really the Ukraine plus Europe, not so much the United States anymore, but even so, the United States, Europe, and Ukraine versus Russia. Ongoing war.
Yeah.